So the world just spawned in. This is the Hubris of Magic mod pack. Having to deal with a lot of magic and a lot of dangerous creatures. I have my difficulty currently set to hard. This is a questing mod pack, so I do have this quest book which can give me different types of rewards. Oh wow, not actually know those plants spawned. The Ulm will come in handy for Ars Magica. I guess it would be middle complexity. It's not the hardest one to understand, but it's not the easiest. I'd say Blood Magic is probably one of the hardest ones to understand because it's the one that does not give you a book to explain it. So you actually have to work on the line instead of just creating the book in game. As for the moment, I'm getting anything that I can that seems even remotely useful. Because the ground is taint. Because it's all tainted biomes. This is all added by Thorncraft, and so is that, and this, there's no escaping us now. That was a Hungry Ore node, which, basically if you end up in it, you're just dead. Unless you have a very strong means of flight. You can break them, but that requires actually being able to punch them. Which, you probably need to be able to see them decently to do. I have no idea what this is. This may be an inverted battle tower, in which case this is a very bad idea. I don't know what it is, but it's a dungeon of some kind. I've actually never seen this before, so I have no idea what to expect here. I'll keep that waypoint, I'll go back there when I actually have some armor and some gear. It'll be one of the first battle towers I go to because I know the tall ones are extremely dangerous, but I don't know what that is, so I don't know how bad that one gets. I know the worst thing about the tall one is the fact that there's a giant boss at the top that basically destroyed the entire tower as soon as it spawns. So yeah, this is what it's like to be near a Hungry Ore node. You can actually use them in the mod, and my gravestone just broke, didn't it? Yep. If I make it to the water, I might survive this. Yep. Okay, now just let myself sink and swim away. This should get out of its range of pull pretty quickly by doing that. So, when it broke my gravestone, it also pulled in and destroyed every item. But they can be useful because by doing that, it's gaining magical aspects. So I'm also going to keep that waypoint. I can basically chuck crafting benches at it later to make it very useful. I don't actually remember how to make it not a hungry node anymore after it's become useful though. Wow. I am actually finding quite a lot of interesting things. I'm gonna waypoint this as well. This is the portal to the Twilight Forest, which I'm pretty sure they actually disabled the ability to make in this mod pack. I'm also pretty sure that the enemies in there are going to be a lot stronger than they normally would be, or else that would be a safer place to live for now. The real goal in this mod pack is to find a safe area. Technically, the river would be a safe area, and yeah, that is quicksand. So, is all of this stuff which is purple will spread, and it becomes poisonous. Any creature that walks on it the poison will become tainted, becoming dangerous. And by the way, you can't pick up the taller flowers unless you have shears, so I just accidentally broke that one. So I could make a house in the middle of the river for the time being, and that's actually... Okay, there is no way to just upgrade an old crafting table. This witchwood tree is actually really uncommon, so I'm gonna make an actual axe just to save time when I cut it down. Because the logs from this, no, the planks from this are used in Ars Magica for a crafting altar is what it's called. It's the main mechanic for the mod that allows you to actually create spells of any kind. It's very interesting, and you can make some extremely powerful spells from it. I don't know what the odds of getting a sapling are, but I don't think they're that bad, so I may actually end up with one. And you don't need a huge amount of wood either, there from what I remember. I think you only actually need to build the altar out of it, and after that point, the wood's not used for much else in the mod. So my axe broke just in time, or lasted just long enough, I should say. Villages are also useful really early on if you can find them before everything corrupts. Elementum could be useful, Thornomicon definitely useful early on, and knowledge fragments can be used for a couple things. Let's see. I don't know how the glowstone's not lit up. It's weird. There's apparently some kind of lighting glitch with that. Something. By the way, witchery thing that makes it look like they're sleeping when they lay down at night. Huh. This also has a mod in it that lowered the amount each type of food gives you. So it will show you how much you'll give you as well. But you'll need to get a lot of food early on until you can make something that's actually a good source of food. Also, one of them is trying to fix it to become a tainted royalty, which means they're going to be good at attacking everything else near them. Because they're taking the damage from tainted. This is apparently a battle tower which spawned in the middle of the village. I don't have any gear, so I can't really do anything about that. That's again. That doesn't have anything in it. Currently, I'm just trying to loot everything before the place is destroyed. I forgot to note if I can, so I'm gonna try and hold out for a while. Well, and craft a few things in here and then leave. This is actually a really good haul from this. just gonna keep the iron I found for now, because I don't know what to use it to make. I could make a sword, but the sword's not going to be a huge improvement over stone just a second, I don't have that much. Where do all the potatoes? Where are the potatoes? Just get a couple cooked, that'll give me more than most the things I have on me. Any food oils? Another handy thing about being in a village, zombies will actually grab your villagers. Yeah. They do a lot of damage. One of those is a rare zombie. I didn't see what type it is, but I don't want to deal with that because I'm not nearly equipped to deal with anything that special. If it's vampiric, I can probably heal more than I get damage it. And if it's even undying, it can probably heal more than I can damage it. Trying to make it back into the village. Yeah, so Zelda make it in. Good, I was really hoping nothing spawned, because there's a chance that whenever you break a gravestone, yours or one you find in the world, a creature will just spawn out of it.